Welcome to Fantasy Kingdom. I'm your host, Mikey. That is Howie. What's going on, brother?
Another wet day here in Northern California.
I'll take the wet days over those hot days any day of the week.
I just don't like the dampness.
Yeah.
When it's cold like that.
Who should I start? Josh Allen or turn the ball over? Howie's always going to go against Buffalo, but you start Josh Allen at all times. Don't forget to place your vote for this week's Hot Pepper Challenge. And we will have a change to the Hot Pepper Challenge moving forward that is more user chat friendly, but we'll get to that at the end of the show. All right, who's gonna make Mikey hit that Buffalo train horn? Yes. So let's jump into it. It's week 9, Howie. After the first set of games, we are halfway through the season.
Yeah, it's a tough season too.
So how is your fantasy leagues going, brother?
Let's see. Let's put it this way: after 8 games, I have a 1 in one column and a 7 in the other column, and it's not good. But history shows us in our league that a man can go 0-7, 7-0, sneak into the playoffs, and win it. So I'm still playing hard.
Good.
I mean, we know it can be done because I did it.
So in my 3 leagues,
20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. In my 3 leagues, I'm currently in first in one. I'm in second, tied for second in another, and I'm tied for third in another. So I'm actually doing quite well this year.
I'm stocking up for next year.
Hey, do what you got to do. However, you don't got a whole lot of assets in ours to really stock up for next year.
Well, I mean, just my keeper list next year is going to be, Daniels, Tyreek, Olave,
Gibbs,
and I don't know.
Whoever your fifth is going to be, you haven't figured that one out yet.
It's either like it could be Eckler, it could be Shakir. I mean, not Eckler. I mean, tight end from Jacksonville. Anyway, Ingram. It could be Ingram. It could
be a Doomsday.
Oh, it's gonna be Chubb.
Oh, Chubb. That's right. You grabbed Chubb.
Yeah, I picked him up thinking, well, if
so now you have Gibbs and Chubb.
Gibbs and Chubb.
Man, how your core has changed.
I know. I went from a receiving core. Well, when I lost Eckler, that was my catching running back.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, I let's face it. You need another championship just to tie me.
Because you won last year. It happens.
It
happens to the best of us.
I won. My last 5 years were 2 seconds, 2 firsts, and a fourth.
Okay,
that's not bad.
All right, so we got some questions coming in. Any replacements ideas for BTJ and T. Higgins? BTJ is still questionable, so there is a possibility he plays. T. Higgins is doubtful. So who do we got for some replacements?
Go with I got a couple. I got Elijah Moore, and if you haven't got him yet, Cedric Tillman from Cleveland.
Yep.
I really like Khalif Raymond in Detroit with JMO out. He had a really good week last week.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3 right off the get-go. And if you're really going deep in Jacksonville, they don't have anybody to throw to right now besides the tight end. So Parker Washington for a wide receiver. If you're in a deeper league, he's kind of an unknown. But last week nobody had remembered Cedric Tillman for a couple of years, and look what he did. So
Jalen Coker is another one in Carolina that might be a good
Coker and Leggett.
Yep,
down there, yeah. They're both good. So there's guys out there, especially with the Niners off and Pittsburgh off. Not only do you got to get BTJ or T. Higgins, there's a whole bunch of other guys out there. So there are people out there going to be scavenging these guys.
Okay.
So do them quick. I think Cedric and Raymond are your 2 best shots out of that group to get some points.
And I don't know what your league has, but Keon Coleman is only owned in about 42% of fantasy leagues.
Right.
And he's starting to come on with Buffalo. So there are guys out there, depending on who's out there in your league.
Right.
So start 2, Tyrone Tracy, Chase Brown, Njoku. Tyrone Tracy just cleared protocol, but he is sharing time with Singletary. Although I love Tracy. If he plays, I would go Tracy and Brown. If Tracy doesn't play, then obviously leaves you with Chase and Njoku.
Yeah, because Moss is doubtful.
Yeah.
So Brown's got it all to himself.
All the carries. He's gonna be the RB1. So
I like Njoku though, especially with the new quarterback situation there.
Mm-hmm.
Watson was. Last year it showed that without Watson, they're a pretty good team. And now that Watson's out again, watch out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see. So do you like Tracy or do you like Njoku better this week?
Oh, I like Njoku better this week because I think Washington is starting to stiffen up there in the defense a little bit. It's not a scoring fest every time you get with them. So, if he's not fully ready to go, if he's a little banged up, I would go to Njoku.
Okay.
Because they really like him down there.
Yeah, I have Otten starting over Njoku, but I still want to play Njoku. You can put Njoku in that flex spot. You can't hurt. At this point, Tracy may not even play, so he's still questionable. So we're not exactly sure what we're going to get out of him yet.
Yeah, and they love and Otten right now is their number one receiver besides Rachaad White.
Yeah. Would you start Tua versus Buffalo or Knicks at Baltimore?
Boy, I tell you, that Denver game could be a sneaky game, but I'm going to go with Tua versus Buffalo.
I would go Tua due to the weapons. Knicks is hit or miss. He's boom or bust.
Right.
Baltimore's defense is boom or bust. It really comes down to does Baltimore get their two corners back? Because last week they were without Wiggins and Humphreys. If those two are back, I'm definitely going Tua. Although I don't think Tua does great against Buffalo in general. In Buffalo, I still think he has a higher floor than Knicks does.
Yeah. Well, and since he's been back, he's been able to work with those guys, and he's basically healthy. So,
propose something, Mr. Fulton. Always the hot pepper challenge guy. So propose something out here, and we'll figure if we can come to an agreement on something.
You make a bet, I'm in there.
Yeah. Freddie, go look at Tua stats versus Buffalo since the dinosaurs were around. Yeah, but Knicks hasn't been doing great either. It's not a great week for your quarterbacks. Most interesting man in the chat. Yeah, I have Njoku, but I want to play Njoku. Okay, so let's jump into the studs and duds for last week. We'll start with quarterbacks. The studs for quarterbacks was Jalen Hurts, who led all quarterbacks in scoring last week. Kirko, Mr. Cousins, man, he started a little slow, but he's starting to get that feeling back. He did quite well last week against Tampa Bay. Bo Nix actually went 2 for 284 and 3 tutties last week against Carolina. Granted, it was Carolina, but
hey,
what?
You take them where you can get them,
right? If he helped you win your fantasy league, you take it. You have Matt Stafford, who was an honorable mention. Jameis Winston, who was an honorable mention. How about Jameis? Gotta give us a shout out to Jameis.
Hey, I'm all in on the old guys this year. You got Jameis, you got Flacco, and
Stafford.
Like, bring them in.
I love it. I love that Jameis came in and instantly, showed that he could still play in this league because he did the same thing in New Orleans. They just brought in Carr, so they didn't play him.
Right.
Jameis was actually a better player.
There's a lot of good backups out there that could be starting over some of these kids.
Yeah. So shout out to Jameis. And then last one is Baker. Baker did quite well. The studs for the wide receivers, we had CeeDee Lamb, who led all receivers. Ladd McConkey, who is still only owned in 62% of fantasy leagues.
Yeah, I don't know why people are shying away from him. Maybe, I don't know. You look at him and you think, I don't know. But if you look at his stats, holy crap.
He started slow. He's coming on more and more.
Well, I think that's that whole new offense. The whole, it was going to go run, and he's got to build a relationship with Herbert, and now he is. And once Herbert likes you, he feeds you. like we
Yeah.
used to do with Keenan and Williams. I mean, when you get that relationship with him, it's deadly.
Yeah.
He's got a cannon.
Cedric Tillman made the top guys. Cedric Tillman's owned in 19% of fantasy leagues.
I told
He
you
had-
last
he
week,
had-
pick him up.
7 catches for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns on 9 targets.
Yep.
Tillman might be the play if you can go get him.
Yeah.
You know,
I would, if he's still out there, grab him. But
he's only owned in 19% of leagues.
I know it's amazing. It's amazing that people didn't go out on Tuesday and snag him.
Yeah.
Maybe 80% of the people are Pat and they're doing just fine in their leagues. But geez, this guy.
Or they're not paying attention.
They're
One
not.
of the two.
That's all I can think of.
Then we have Marvin Harrison Jr. for an honorable mention, who I thought finally really showed up in the second half of last week's game. Calvin Ridley, they trade D-Hop. Calvin Ridley, wham.
Yep.
There we go. We got Calvin Ridley signing.
Definitely
And then
resurgent.
how about the little man, Josh Downs?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When you think of Indy, you're thinking of Michael Pittman Jr., you're thinking of Alec Pierce, you're thinking of Jonathan Taylor, and it's Josh Downs who steps up and is that guy.
Yeah. And now he's got Flacco.
Yeah. Got to tip your cap.
Yeah.
We had a trade trade Bijan and AJ Brown get Cup, London, Neighbors, and Cook. Which side are you on? So you're trading Bijan and AJ, you're getting Cup, London, Neighbors, and Cook.
Oh, you get him.
I like it.
Yeah,
I think it's
right
fair.
now, Cook and BJ stats wise, I think are kind of even.
Similar.
And
Neighbors and AJ are pretty similar, and then you get the upside of Cook and London.
Yeah,
if you're getting the 4 for the 2, do it.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it because it also gives you depth and you can play matchups.
Yep.
And let's be honest, Cup is injury prone at times, so when he plays, he's a very high ceiling receiver.
Yeah, and London's been getting better all the time. Last week, I had him as my hot pepper challenge.
Yep.
And they threw touchdowns to everybody on the team except for him last week.
Yep. It was the Kyle Pitts day.
I couldn't believe it. It was big weekend for tight ends on tight end week.
Mhm.
I lost big.
He lost his he lost his hot pepper challenge last week.
Yeah.
It was London.
I said
This
London would
week-
score over 20, and I don't think he got 6.
Yep. And this week it will be Howie's hot pepper challenge is 3 Buffalo players score a touchdown. Now, what that means is, if Josh Allen's throwing a touchdown, the guy who catches the touchdown gets not Josh Allen. Josh Allen would only get it if he scored it himself and ran it in or caught a touchdown for it.
Yeah.
So you don't get double by Josh throwing and the guy catching. Just want to make sure that we put those rules out there and people know it.
And the kicker doesn't count, so.
Yeah, got to be touchdowns. However, if you see a pick 6 and House calls it, that's a touchdown.
Huh?
Problem is guy getting BJ already has Henry and Saquon.
Well, then he's got a lineup problem every week.
Yeah.
Unless he's playing them at flat, 2 running backs in the flex.
Well, here's the thing. He has that same problem right now with James Cook sitting in his lineup.
Right. So I don't think the guy's getting an advantage by picking up Bijan. The only thing that helps is on a bye week.
I think where it helps him is he has AJ. But here's the thing, guys. AJ had, you have to remember, AJ's done good in his 3 games that he's played, but he's missed a bunch of games to this point, too. AJ's not going to have that 20-plus point game every week.
Right.
So the fact that he's giving you more, so you're getting Cup, London, and Neighbors as well. Neighbors is a target monster with the Giants. Cup's a target monster, especially with Puka nursing a knee injury again that he got hurt this week. And then London has been really good all year. So overall, you're getting the win if you're getting those guys.
Yeah.
You're getting the depth and you're getting equal value for Bijan. Bijan and AJ are name values.
Yeah.
That's what he's paying for. It says, but I need receiver depth, so I figured it helps me for sure because Nico's still on IR. Absolutely. And just remember, Nico's supposed to come back next week, but Nico coming back, it's going to take him a week or 2 to get going. So having the depth, and that's key in fantasy because you can make this trade and then Bijan or AJ gets hurt next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or any other one of those.
Or any one of your guys gets hurt, but you got the depth because you had it's a 4 for 2.
Yeah.
It's a win.
That's what helped me win last year is I had 5 receivers on my roster, and if somebody got hurt, it was plug and play. Even if you've got 3 or 4 guys that are equal in talent, it's okay to have them on the bench. Just picking the one that's not going to screw up that week.
Okay, I'm concerned with Mike Evans' injury. Even when he comes back. With that being said, would you trade Mike Evans for DJ Moore in a 14-team redraft league? No, I wouldn't.
I wonder what your record is.
Yeah, I wouldn't. And the reason why I wouldn't is DJ Moore has, is in a, large,
He's got Keenan, Odunze, Komet.
Yeah,
Swift.
He has a lot of other mouths that get fed in that offense.
But Mike Evans, kind of the sweetheart,
of them. He is. But Mike Evans, when he comes back, is going to be the go-to guy. Like, he's the go-to guy when he had Godwin there.
When's he supposed to come back? Because it's week 9.
After his bye. I think it's week 11.
Okay, so you get him 12, 13, and 14.
And then if you make the playoffs,
the playoffs. So you might have him for 5 or 6 weeks after he comes back. I would think, are you in a hot race right now where you need wins?
If you need the points, you can do it. If you have the ability to wait it out, Mike Evans is a higher ceiling player than DJ Moore.
Yeah, I agree.
Start Anthony Richardson, or should I? Oh wait, never mind. They're 5-3. So if you can wait on Mike Evans, I would wait on him. If you don't, it's also fantasy is such a gut thing. If in your gut, because I don't know your league setup, if in your gut you think it's better to go with DJ Moore, go with DJ Moore. Well, and I never want to discourage anybody. Yeah,
so it was 14 teams, so I mean that's pretty thin air up there to be able,
Mm-hmm.
But if you're getting DJ from now through the rest of the season, and you're getting Evans from week 12 on,
mm-hmm.
you actually make out better with DJ, I think.
But in playoffs, I like Evans matchup more than I like DJ matchup.
Yeah.
Evans is the go-to guy for week 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, you might want to see who they play in weeks 15 and 16.
So if you make the playoffs, what matchups do they have?
Yeah, what matchups would they have?
Who has the more favorable matchup?
That may tell you right now, oh shit, I don't want to play these guys again. I don't want to play them against these guys.
Yeah, if they're playing against rough matchups, and you don't want them anyways. And that might tell you who the better trade partner is,
right?
Who the better player is for your team.
I mean, one of those guys might end up with Carolina and New England for their last, for the playoffs, and I think that's the guy I would play.
Or someone might end up with, Chicago, who has a really good defense, or, Detroit.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Guys you don't want to be.
You're either going to run into a buzzsaw or not. More than likely, it'll be a middle range type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But check those
things. And take all that into account before you make the decision. Like if it was me, based off of the way my team is set up, I would wait on Mike Evans. But I can afford to do that because I have other receivers at that position that I could fill in. If I'm up against it, I needed a body, I might make that trade because DJ Moore isn't that much of a downgrade to Mike Evans.
Because I don't think in a 14-team league you're going to have the
depth
luxury of depth. You probably want who you need right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's if you can get three wins out of DJ Moore, you're in the playoffs at 5-3. In a 14-team league, I would think 8-6, 9-5. That gets you in. I mean, I'm hoping for 7-7.
Right. Sly comes back in and says, I also figured that with that many receivers, I can trade one for a running back if needed. Exactly. I don't know when your trade deadline is. Like ours is week 10. So look at it, go out and see what other guys need and see if there's a back out there that you like, flip one of them.
Yeah.
Can't hurt,
I saw somebody at the bottom of your league that's like fed up.
Yeah.
and ready to just start serving shit burgers.
That exactly. Try to capitalize on that. Hey guys, need help to start 2 receivers in a flex non PPR.
Ooh,
BTJ, Hopkins, Amari, DJ Moore, JSN, Waddle, Bigsby, Bucky, assuming all play. Okay, so BTJ is trending not to play. Amari's questionable. Waddle's the number 2 there. I love, but it's a non PPR, so it's touchdown dependent, right?
wow.
So I like running backs in non PPRs. So I'd probably go Bigsby, especially if Etienne's not going to play.
Right.
Keep an eye on the Tampa Bay's situation. But they're playing the Chiefs, who have a really good run defense. So in that case, I may go Hopkins and Bigsby. Start 2 wide receivers and a flex. So I need another wide receiver. So I would go Bigsby as my flex. I'd go Hopkins as one of my wide receivers. If Amari plays, I'd probably go Amari. Otherwise, I go DJ.
Yeah. I like that because DJ is very touchdown dependent. He's not your dink and dunker.
Yep.
Which helps in non PPR.
Yep. Yeah, so I would go Hopkins and DJ because Hopkins actually looked pretty good last week for them, and he's only going to get better and better as they go through. Same with Amari.
Right.
Amari's only going to get better and better as they go through. It's just a matter of if he plays because he hurt his wrist last week.
The bad part about Hopkins is going to be a PPR monster.
Yeah.
Because they're going to put him and Kelsey in the middle.
Yeah.
To give Worthy the outside.
My receivers are Amon-Ra, Devonta Smith, Mike Evans, and Godwin. Oh, you had Evans and Godwin? And they're both Godwin's gone. I would,
Hey, good thing you had Amon-Ra and Devonta.
I would be dropping Godwin right now, though, because he's gone. And if it's a redraft, he's not coming back this year. I drop Godwin and grab someone off the, see if it's Cedric Tillman, see if a Shakir, see if a Coleman, see if one of those guys are out there.
Yeah, definitely. We got
Coker,
There's guys down Elijah Moore, because you've got two good ones already, so you're just looking for a backup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're in bad shape.
Not at all. Knowing you have Amon-Ra and Devonta, you could technically wait on Mike Evans. However, if you feel that you want the DJ play because you want that other receiver, make the move. I would still look at what the matchups are in the postseason, and then make my decision off of all the information. Okay. Let me see where did I leave off. Okay, so there's seven votes that says Bills are getting 3 touchdowns for 3 different people. BTJ, we know BTJ is leaning. Eagles, DST versus Jacks, or Minnesota versus Indy.
Well, that's a tough one.
I like Minnesota's defense better than the Eagles' defense, but I like Indy's offense better than like Jacksonville's offense.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, let's see. Jacksonville. What did I say that
they have no receivers
except for Ingram? The guy they have is Julius Chestnut. So,
isn't Chestnut?
Oh no!
He's Tennessee running back.
I'm sorry, he's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Where was the one that? Parker Washington.
Yeah, Parker Washington was the receiver.
So,
because there's no Kirk, he broke his collarbone. There's no Gabe Davis. He's nursing an injury, and then BTJ is looking like he's going to be nursing an injury.
And Etienne's questionable.
Yeah, that's why I like Bigsby so much.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, Etienne's they're catching back. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I like Minnesota's defense better. They're a better unit, but Indy's offense is better than Jacksonville's offense at this time. So I'm going Eagles too. I like that one. Got to start Slayton or Elijah Moore.
I like Moore.
Yeah, I like Moore too. Although Slayton isn't he in Tampa Bay now? Did the Giants? I think Slayton is Tampa Bay now.
Well, he's going to have to take. Does he step in and start taking catches right away, you know, or does he have to learn it a little bit?
No, he's been with them all year.
Slayton?
Yeah,
Oh, no, wait a minute.
he moved over this offseason to Tampa Bay. So,
I mean, I could have sworn.
I'm looking for them right now, like what he did last week. Where is he? Well, here we go. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay last week. Steve Slayton. Is it Steve Slayton? No, it's not Steve Slayton. It's Sterling.
Yes.
Slayton. Wait, Slayton. That's Sterling Shepard went too.
Sterling Shepard went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Slayton's with the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew one of the Giants receivers left. I couldn't remember which one it was. So Slayton's like actually wide receiver 3 in the Giants because it goes Neighbors, it goes Wan'Dale Robinson, and it goes Slayton. So yeah. I'm definitely going Elijah Moore.
Yeah, because it's just Elijah and Cedric Tillman right now. And
he's on the Giants. I was thinking of Shepard because certainly Shepard, who played with Baker in Oklahoma, is now with the Bucks. And Sterling Shepard's someone you may want to look at too. He had 5 targets last week. Jalen McMillan's another one for Tampa Bay that you can look at. He had 7 targets last week for those people who need wide receivers. Jordan Love or Matthew Stafford? Matthew Stafford. Yeah. Jordan Love is nursing a groin injury and he's going to try to play. He's questionable. But even if he starts, there's no guarantee he's going to finish the game.
And he's playing in Green Bay outside, and everybody knows that he's wrong one.
He's
Green Bay. Green Bay. He's going to be at Green Bay against Detroit. Yep. That's a tough. I would go Stafford anyway. I mean, I don't even really need to do any figuring on it.
Yeah, I mean, I like Stafford anyways, but with him nursing the injury, and let's be honest, he's 8 weeks in. This is the second injury he's had. This is the year that he's getting beat up. That's an easy one. Sam Darnold.
Yes.
There's no guarantee that Jordan Love's going to play, and if he plays, there's definitely no guarantee he's going to make it through the whole game.
That's true.
So I'm going with the guy I know is probably going to finish the game. That's just me. Okay, let's go back to where I was at. We were doing the studs for the wide receivers. We went Tillman. Then we went Harrison Jr., Ridley, and Downs for the running backs. We had James Cook, who led the way. Then Achane and Josh Jacobs. Man, Josh Jacobs is starting to come on there, isn't he?
He is.
He started slow.
He caught his first catching touchdown like a week or so ago.
Wow. Ever? Really?
That's what I thought. I mean, it's been a long time since he's caught one, whatever it was. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lamar didn't even practice this week. Like he had a slight practice on Friday. But, when they use him the way they did and they stopped, and here's the thing, they've stopped using Henry. Henry had freaking 11 touches last week.
Yeah.
And the loss.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That's why Lamar has troubles, and by the time he gets to playoffs, he's just out. He's got Band-Aids all over him,
Mm-hmm.
And with Henry, I don't get why they're not using Henry enough. Did somebody from like the Buffalo offensive staff go down to Baltimore? Because those guys don't know what the hell they're doing.
Nope, not Buffalo. They went to Cleveland. Ken Dorsey went to Cleveland.
Well, I mean, it's like once you've got something going, stick with it, and that's the problem the Bills had for years. They'd be going along great, and they'd say, you know what, let's change shit up. And boom. You dance with who brung you. Yeah. And I don't get Baltimore sometimes. I mean, they should be the most fearsome team out there, and they're hit and miss. Denver could beat them this week.
I hope they do.
I mean, I almost put that in my chili pepper challenge, but that's usually a loser. So
Denver beating, yeah. I mean,
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see Denver put some pressure on Kansas City. That would be funny.
Well, someone's got to beat Kansas City in order for there to be pressure on them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like Patrick
Really?
Mahomes is playing as bad as he ever has, and they
I know.
still win.
I know. I don't even recommend Mahomes in fantasy right now. There's like 12 people I'd start above him.
Oh, subtle Bill shade from Howie. Last week it was the Amari slander.
No. I
Spicy.
said Amari. Amari's like one of the first guys I really liked from the Bills
Yeah.
since OJ. So
Listen, he likes OJ. Tells
He
you
was
everything
my-
you need to know about him.
he was my favorite player when I was like 12. That's how old I am.
Just
Because
seen a
OJ's
report that
dead
the
now.
Titans don't believe the Pats can have a mobile quarterback at all. Okay, well,
May's still going through.
Drake May just cleared concussion protocol today, and he's mobile enough. But I mean, it's not called the Titans don't believe someone's mobile at quarterback. I mean, hell, they're starting Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, let's finish out the studs. We have Brian Robinson Jr. Or no, it's Bijan Robinson. Bijan, Ramon Stevenson, who's bounced back nicely since
a lot of bounce backs last week.
Yeah. And then Joe Mixon, who just seems to always be there. And then an honorable mention is Tyrone Tracy, who's still only owned in 52% of the leagues, who has taken Devin Singletary's job.
Yeah.
Tracy's is a good back. Tracy reminds me? It reminds me a lot of Eckler.
Yeah.
Because he's a former wide receiver turned running back.
Compact, powerful.
Yeah. Can catch the ball out of the backfield. Is smooth. All right. So it says, you wild and crazy guys, if you had Jay Lev, would you also play Dobbs or would you go with Rashard White? Isn't Rashard White still banged up? Or is he back healthy?
He's back. He's actually one of my resurgent players right now. I mean, he's with the receivers going down, he's their receiving back, and they like him now because for a while there was a three-headed dragon running backs, but now that they need to throw more, he's
the guy that's out there
back in there. Yeah,
I do love this the stack though with Dobbs, and Dobbs is the one I'm playing right now of that group.
Yeah, I actually benched Reed this week.
Romeo Dobbs is the guy that I would stack. Really depends on what you have for wide receiver and what you have at running back.
And do you have a backup quarterback? Because
I wouldn't play Love if I didn't.
Love's not for sure.
Yeah, but
I'd go with your
if you are going to play Love,
White.
if you had to play Love, if you absolutely had to play Love, because that's what it says. If you had to play Love, would you go with Dobbs or would you go with White? Depending on what I had at running back and receiver, if I had two backs that were better than White, I would go Dobbs. If I had two receivers that were better than my running backs, I would go White.
Yeah, because they're both got tough defenses against them, Detroit and Kansas City. So,
how you bought the glove didn't fit? The OJ comment? Love or Darnold?
Oh,
Darnold,
yeah.
Should I start Drake May or Sam Darnold? If Drake May plays, I'm going Drake. Otherwise, I'm going Sam.
Should I start Drake or Sam? Really, you would go with Drake over Darnold?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I would go with Darnold. And get there. Now you guys got something to argue.
Darnold has a rough matchup, man.
Well,
right? Who's Darnold going against?
Well, New England's got Tennessee and Minnesota. Well, he's got a little bit. Minnesota's got Indy. I mean, okay. I'm sticking with her because they're getting Hawkinson back too.
Off of a ACL week 1.
Chubb looks okay. Look at what happened to him last year.
I've seen this story written with Darnold. I hope he does good. I really do. But nothing tells me that he's going to be able to sustain. In the last few weeks, he hasn't sustained.
Okay. I'm just saying May is still getting out of concussion protocol.
He was cleared today.
He's a
And
know.
they're always behind, so he's always throwing. And that's what you want in fantasy. But
I'm still going with Darnold.
Okay. So we're split, Cam. Go with your gut. It's Irving that's banged up. Okay, it's Irving that's banged up right now, not White. Because White was banged up and it's why Irving was getting the play. So now they swapped. Got it.
Well, then they had the kid from Syracuse that burst.
Yeah,
out
he had
there.
that one game, Sean Tucker.
Yeah,
he had that one game that he just went off. Hey, guys, pick one between JSN, Dobbs, and Tillman. JSN's without DK is tempting, but he's been pretty mean. Yeah. If I had to pick one, I'm probably going Tillman.
Yeah, me too.
Jerry Judy's taking the wide receiver or the CB1. So Tillman's getting one-on-one coverages. And, I like Tillman coming out of college. He was just buried on the depth chart behind Amari and Judy this year.
Just overshadowed.
Yep. I like Tillman. I'd probably go Tillman. And Jameis doesn't care. Jameis is just going to chuck it. He does not give a crap about interceptions. He's going to give his guys an opportunity. Yeah. He is not trigger shy at all. Hazelnut said, it's super flex. The league he plays in super flex, which allows you to play two quarterbacks. Got it.
Oh.
He also has Jalen Daniels. If you have Jaden Daniels, you can play Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
So if you're Jaden Daniels, you're a starter, and then you can play a second one of those two, I understand that. Does Kyle Pitts stay hot? I don't see him not. Like, Kirk Cousins loves the guy.
He's finally broken loose. I mean, how many years?
He's been waiting for a quarterback.
Yeah. Now that they're hitting,
Yeah, it's been announced that Love's expected to play. My concern is Love's dealing with that groin injury. Man, he takes a bad hit and he's done for the day early.
Yeah.
I think I may go. May appreciate absolutely. Hey, come back and let me know how I did next week. 10 votes, yes, 90%. Right on.
Told you it was too easy.
Knox or Kincaid?
Kincaid.
Do we have anybody better to play, fantasy wise? Honestly, I love Kincaid and I own Kincaid, and I'm a diehard Bills fan. But let's be honest, from a fantasy standpoint, neither one of them have done shit this year. This everybody eats motto, the Bills have not figured out how to use our tight ends yet. Matter of fact, we're running more 12 personnel with the extra offensive linemen than we are with Knox and Kincaid on the field at the same time.
Wow. Okay. But if you got the choice.
If I had to pick one, I'm taking Kincaid. But if I had a better option, I'm taking a better option.
Right.
Matter of fact, I picked up Cade Otton and I've been crapping on Cade Otton all year. Yeah. He lost all of the other guys, so I knew he was going to get 10 targets.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, there's no one else to throw to. Let's go to this guy. I was waiting for Hawkinson to get back, and he's back now, so I'll be interested to see how that plays out. Doesn't Knox have like 10 targets on the? He has 11 targets in 8 games. And Kincaid leads the Bills in targets, but he hasn't been great. They haven't connected as much as everyone expected them to connect.
What he's trying to tell you is if you have a better option, don't go homer this week.
Yes. Hey guys, would you recommend starting the Chiefs defense versus the beat up Bucks or the Eagles defense against the Eagles injured Jags? My opponent has the Bucks kicker and Mayfield. I'm probably going the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs defense is good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I trust the Chiefs defense over the Eagles defense.
It's going to be short throws and runs for the Bucks too. So
if they can run,
that's what I'm saying. That's what they're going to be doing, and that's easier to defend because they're not that good of a running team.
Yeah,
and Chiefs are really good against that, and they got nobody to throw to really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would go with Chiefs this week.
I go Chiefs too. Start 2, Ladd, Rashad, Shakir. I'm going Ladd and Shakir.
Oh, that cocky. Yeah. I mean, Rashad is definitely resurgent. I mean,
Yeah.
But both Shakir has become a regular. I mean, he's gonna get a certain amount of catches and points every week now. He's in that mid-teen range, and he can bump up over 20 maybe. McConkey, he's kind of the go-to guy. Rashad's going to get more opportunities. You kind of are in a tough spot here, but when in doubt, go with receivers.
Yeah, I would go. I would go Ladd and Shakir.
In PPR.
Yeah. Yeah, in PPR leagues. Yes.
I mean, Rashad's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I would get how to pick a
Bills player. If you only give him two options.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Half PPR, Njoku or Otten for tight end.
Woo.
Otten has a rough week against Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, Chargers aren't slouches on defense.
Yeah, but Kansas City, I think, is ranked top 3 defense
right,
in the league right now.
Yeah, I guess I would go with Njoku. I mean, Otten's gonna be that guy who's sitting at
Otten's gonna be a target monster.
Around.
He's gonna be a target monster. Njoku probably has a higher ceiling because he doesn't have as good of a defense, but Otten's the target monster.
I think Otten's a better chance for a touchdown.
I'm going Otten anyways because he's the target monster.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with you.
Start one, Madison or Stevenson? Stevenson.
Yeah.
He's been playing so well. And he's quietly playing well.
Yeah.
Pollard or Tracy?
Pollard's hurting.
If Tracy plays, I'm going Tracy.
Yeah.
Do I give up Breece Hall and Hawkinson for McCaffrey and Aaron Jones?
What's your record?
Shit, right? Like, I would love to trade for McCaffrey, but is McCaffrey when he comes back, is he gonna look like McCaffrey? He's playing. He has a Achilles tendonitis, man. That's
but now the Jets are like one loss away from packing it in.
But Breece is that guy still there.
No, I know he is, but I mean they're already.
I would take the gamble, yes. Because I like Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is on the same level as Breece Hall. And we don't know what Hawkins is in. We don't know what McCaffrey is. I would take the gamble for McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's RB1 if he's healthy.
I think I would too.
I would take the gamble with it.
I mean, you can only get him for the playoffs this year.
Yeah. I mean, you held on to Hawkinson this whole time. So if you're telling me, would you trade Breece Hall for Aaron Jones?
Right.
That kind of cancels each other's out. So then it's Hawkinson for McCaffrey, and I would take McCaffrey.
Right. And you can replace a tight end out there now. They're finally, thank goodness, tight ends hit last week.
Yeah, tight end is tight end day. That's why National Tight End Day.
Well, they broke the record for tight end day touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Start 2: Pittman, Sutton, Cooper.
I'm gonna go Pittman and Cooper. I don't trust Sutton against Baltimore. Sutton's hit and miss anyway.
Yeah, with Knicks. But so is Pittman.
Pittman likes Flacco, and I like Flacco. Yeah. And I like Amari. So I'm going.
If Amari plays, go Pittman and Amari.
There you go.
Yeah. Love or Knicks and Darnold or Knicks. So Love, Knicks or Darnold.
I see. Wow.
I would say Love and Knicks, but I don't know if Love's going to play. And if he plays, does he play the whole game? So I think you kind of got to go Darnold and Knicks to be safe.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need put somebody in there and have them come out and
I think Love could have a better game, and at the end he could be the play that you wanted.
Well, he's got a buttload of weapons. It's just, does he make it through the whole game?
Yeah, and he didn't practice at all this week, so he's going to be playing without practice, and there's no guarantee he's going to make it through the game. I'll give up the upside of Love for the security of Darnold. Need one running back. Flex, one running back, one flex. Chubb, Dodal, ETN, JSN, PPR.
I'm going Chubb.
ETN may not play, so I'm going Chubb. and JSN.
Yep.
And we got a super chat. I don't know crap about fantasy, but I learned listening. Thanks, guys. And with the super chat, let me go there and give him his horn.
Huh? Oh. Well, I would love to hear that noise more often.
We'll give you your horn for the super chat. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you, brother. Going here, just traded Ladd, Kyler, Javonte, and Garrett for Jamar. Ooh, that's a lot to give up for Jamar.
Well,
I bet you wish you weren't giving up Garrett Wilson after Thursday night's game.
that could have been a fluke game, though.
It could have been. It could have been.
I would say
No.
he has JJ.
Chase and Pickens. Wait, didn't we go over this with him last week? Didn't we talk about this?
Did I give up too much?
No, babe, like I said, Javonta is a tier 3 back. You know, Kyler is replaceable. Ladd is a rookie. You gave up Wilson for Jamar, and those extra guys was the throw in to get Jamar. You didn't give up too much.
No,
I think you did well. Like, I mean, after watching Garrett on Thursday, and it could just be, you know, prisoner of the moment. It's like, ouch. But no, Jamar's an elite receiver. It's not bad to give him up. Yeah, I like it. I like the trade. I gave him up after the game. Okay. Oh, so you got him and then gave him up?
No.
Nice. So you got the points and got Jamar. That's beautiful. That works really well. Because I don't think he's gonna have multiple games like that. I don't believe in the Jets.
No.
You know, I think that the Texans were reeling, and they played about the worst half of football they have ever played. The Jets in the first half, and then the Texans played the worst half of football I've seen them play in the second half.
Yeah, I had people coming to the door trick or treating. How's the game going? I go, it's one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Yeah, you know, it's not. It wasn't great. Should I trade DJ Moore and Ladd McConkey for Drake London? My other receivers are Olave, Puka, CD, Terry, and Worthy. No. I think DJ Moore's better than London outright.
I wouldn't trade either one of those for London. I mean, no.
I wouldn't do it
because Puka's hurt a little bit right now, so you're gonna need
CD and Terry are your alphas,
right?
You know, Olave is a fantastic flex. When Puka's there, you have CD, Terry, and Puka.
Yeah.
DJ Moore and LeConte. If I'm making a deal with DJ Moore and Ladd, I'm going for a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got plenty of wide receivers. I mean, just
or an elite tight end.
The 5 you got are good, and you can always plug them in for buys. DJ and Ladd are really good trade bait, and London would be terrible to trade those two for. But yeah, go for either like a really, really, really good tight end or a very good.
And maybe what you do is once Puka puts on a show, take Puka and try to flip him for a good back.
Yeah. I mean, it seems counterintuitive to get rid of somebody like Puka, but when you've got a wealth of guys like that, that's good. That's good trade capital.
Yeah.
You know,
and if you're in love with Puka, take Olave or Terry and try to flip him for a really good back.
Well, he's got DJ and McConkey in his pocket.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Use one of those guys. The only untouchable on your team should be CD.
Yeah.
Terry is really close to untouchable with Jaden there.
Yep.
But I would use some of these other guys and don't give up a bunch of them. Give up one, maybe two, like the Ladd throw in or the Worthy throw in. As a kicker to try to get yourself a really good back.
Yeah.
Weird things happen on Thursday night games. Yeah, they do. I think Howie should have a pepper wheel. Have to spin the different levels of peppers. Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing with this hot pepper challenge, shall we? So we've been throwing around ideas, and with this vote that sits out there of if he's going to win or lose, we're going to change the voting style. We haven't even told Tommy about this yet. So starting next week, Howie's going to have 3 options, and you guys are going to vote on what the pepper challenge is going to be. If you guys vote correct, he'll eat the pepper. If you don't, he won't. So it's going to be up to you what that pepper challenge is going to be.
Right.
You guys think is going to happen? We're going to switch it up and make it, engagement with the chat. The chat gets to choose the pepper challenge.
Yeah. Now, traditionally, every time I make a challenge, it's wrong. So it's kind of a curse. When I say, hey, your guy's going to score this many points, you should be pissed off that I picked him.
Yeah.
Because generally it's a kiss of death. So the three choices you're going to get might hurt.
And that's fine. But they get to choose. And if they get it right, you know what I mean? You eat the pepper.
Yeah.
If they get it wrong, you don't. It's no longer in your hands.
Last week I had 3 written down, and one was Drake London would score over 20 points. I don't think he got much love at all. He didn't. I don't think he got 10. I had Shakir scoring over 20 points, and he missed it by like half a point. And I had Josh not throwing an interception, and boom, he throws an interception.
So I blame you jackass.
Yeah, I cursed him.
Stop putting the voodoo on the Bills.
I put him in there. Oh, I'm gonna give you guys the choice of who you screw over next time.
Yeah.
And believe me, every one of those 3 choices, every time there's going to be one Bill in there.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
There's going to be a Bill in there, and there's going to be somebody who you want to.
But you're not voting on it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I trust the chat.
I
trust the chat.
I don't get a
so
vote.
Okay, let's get back to the chats. Half PPR redraft. Do you think this trade improves my running back needy team? I offered Cedric Tillman, Tucker Kraft, and Tanks Bigsby for Alzheimer's Carr and Jalen Warren. Still have Ingram at tight end, Olave, Lamb, and Higgins. I love the Alvin Kamara pickup. If they go for it, yes, I think that helps you.
Yeah, I don't. I'm kind of.
If I had Kamara, I wouldn't make that deal.
No,
but I love the the boxy of making the offer.
Yeah, I mean, it depending on what the guy needs. Tillman and Tucker and Tank, they can be very useful in a team if you're hurting in a lot of spots.
Yep.
I mean, because that's three.
If I was
players.
I'm just putting myself on the other side. If I was going to give up Kamara and I was willing to give up Kamara, I might be asking for Olave or Higgins rather than Tillman.
Yeah, I probably would too for Kamara. I mean, I can't see trading Kamara if you can get away with it.
Yeah,
because he's gonna keep produce. He's gonna outproduce Bigsby.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ingram, so you don't need Kraft. I don't know. I would be surprised if you
get it. More power to you.
Yeah,
I think that will help your team. Getting Kamara is going to help your team.
Absolutely.
Can you give me any people I can trade for them? My current running backs are Taylor and Monty. My tight ends are Kraft. Which one's this? Did we see something else? Did they put something in that I missed? I don't. Can you give me any people I can trade for them? My current running back. Who are you trading for? Give me more info on this.
What do you need?
Yeah.
First of all, and then you got to go through. Then you got to look in your league and see what other people need, and do your 2 needs mesh? Because that's the best trade you'll get. Secondary. Go and see if you can swoop on somebody who's got a terrible record too.
Give me your full team as well, because if you say example of trade packages for your team, give me your full team, and then from there, Howie and I will put together somebody that we might be able to deal for, like who you should be looking to deal off of your team, and then you go out and find your package.
Yeah.
Pick 2 out of this week: Chestnut, Etienne, McMillan, Coker, and Osivas.
That's Cincinnati's wide receiver, right?
Oh, he was the one with the more on the Conky question. Okay. Trade for a running back or tight end. All right, let's go. McMillan.
You've got Julius Chestnut on your team.
That is beautiful.
That's I don't. Boy, I mean, unless you just picked him up because you heard about him on a show, I don't know how the hell you heard of him. I had never heard of him until yesterday.
I'm going McMillan and Aceves.
Yeah, because T's doubtful, right?
Yep.
So that opens him up for a little more action. Yeah,
Yep.
that's how I would go. McMillan and yeah.
I love that. I love it. Okay. Trade back with my team. So he's also the one that was the trade DJ Moore and Lad McConkey question. So let me go up to find that one. Oh, we had a lot of things in here.
Well, okay, he wanted to trade Moore McConkey, and we said, running back or a tight end. He's got Taylor and he's got Monty, who are good. He said, is he the one who said he has Ingram for a tight end already?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I'm for whatever reason I'm not seeing them.
Well, the Moore McConkey, I remember he had like five. Yeah, he's got a ton of.
Yeah, so he's in a trade.
So
he has Olave, Puka, CD, Terry, Worthy, DJ, and then he has Monte and Taylor. So someone like, you have to go and look to see, if that's maybe someone is willing to get off of CMC. Maybe take the DJ Moore or Olave or Puka and try to flip for CMC.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have to throw
see if they need receivers.
A sweetener. Yeah, see what people in your league need.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty easy to go down on the list. And like your teams that are got a terrible record right now, they have a deficit somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's either at some position or not. If they have a deficit at wide receiver, pick them clean.
Yep. Yeah. So
like some people that they just see the name Puka and they're like, oh, I'll do it.
Yep. Yeah. I would go out first. I'd look to see who has CMC, and if they have deficit receivers, I would package two guys.
Yeah.
I might package Puka and Ladd or Puka and Worthy, and I might actually package Puka and Worthy to see if you can get CMC. If they
just decide where your biggest deficit is.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
if it's not running back, and it's tight end or quarterback, go try to make a trade there. Find the team that has a deficit at receiver and see what they have on their team and see what you like and make the deal off of that.
Yeah, because you got all the trade.
And ask for the moon. The worst thing they can do is say no, and then you can come back and try something else.
Yeah, because you've got a decent team.
Yeah.
As it sits, I'm just the beauty of your team is that you've got all those wide receivers, and somebody's going to need a receiver. Somebody's going to need one, and they're going to have an extra, It was.
Oh damn! Crowd gauge that pepper last week.
That was like 2 glasses of milk.
He disappeared on me, guys. After the show, like he didn't just disappear on you; he disappeared on me as well after the show.
Yeah, it was about a half hour after the show that I was finally like, okay, that was stupid.
Yeah.
And these are peppers, right? I mean, this week, let's see, can't remember. I guess Blakely's been giving me a hard time because I've been eating the red ones. So I got a nice green one here. It's probably not going to make me happy, but the breaks.
We'll do that at the end. 10-man. Is there any positions I need? My team is Lamar, HN, K9, AJ, Cup, Pitts, Hunt, Chiefs D, Boswell. My bench is Bucky, Kraft, Mayfield, Reed, Austin, Sherbert, BTJ, and the Texans defense. I drafted everyone besides Mayfield, Irving, Kraft, Sherbert, and Hunt.
Where's the weakness? Let's see. What is Kraft? Is his tight
I would
end?
say Hunt once they're back once what's his name comes back. Pacheco comes back.
He is coming back this year?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
He'll be back in a few weeks. I think running back becomes an issue for you once Pacheco comes back.
Yeah, because all you got is Achane and K9, really, right?
And you have Bucky, but Bucky's a backup.
Right.
Yeah. So I think.
But who's he got to trade for? Because Reed's trade bait has gone down. BTJ's a little banged up. AJ Cup Pitts is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hunt's a problem when Pacheco comes back. But the rest of them, I mean, you got a great kicker.
I'm not sure you have anything that you're going to want to truly, because you got a solid team. I don't think there's anything you need to truly trade for, or you don't want to weaken yourself. Like BTJ is a fantastic backup. You know.
Yeah, now he's got Lamar and Mayfield. It's just the two quarterbacks.
I like Mayfield better than I like Lamar, actually, from a fantasy perspective, because Mayfield's gonna have to throw all day long.
Yeah.
You know,
you get a little leg out of Lamar, but not as much.
I like Lamar real football over Mayfield. Fantasy wise, I like Mayfield over Lamar, especially if they figure out that they messed up last week by only giving Henry 11 touches.
Yeah, I don't see any super needs on your team, but I also don't see enough draft capital. I mean,
keep an eye on the waiver wire for guys to replace Hunt in the coming weeks. You know, see who you know. Just be quick on that waiver wire if one of the starting running backs go down, then you grab the backup, because when Pacheco comes back, they're going to split time. But the problem is neither one of them are going to be, you know, worth anything.
You know, your receiving core is a little weak there because Cup's always hurt. I might see about dumping like
trade Cup,
maybe trade Cup, or see if you can pick up somebody on the waiver wire and replace Reed.
You know,
because he's in such
or take Cup and Reed and try to upgrade into a better receiver.
That's true. Yeah. See if you can get somebody
there's
guys on the waiver wire right now that you can get that are like I said, Raymond,
Tillman.
Right now, I mean,
Lad McConkey. Like a lot of those guys are only had in anywhere from 20 to 40% of the fantasy leagues.
Yeah. Check what you do is go in on your waiver wire, check out a player, see what he's done, and see what he's projected for the next 4 weeks. If you can upgrade
Reed,
if you can upgrade anybody on your team, upgrade them.
Yeah.
You know, Reed's going to be the easiest one to upgrade. Irving might be able to upgrade. Hunt definitely. You know, if you need him, because like I said, when Checo comes back, Hunt fades real quick, and they're using
is that the kicker?
Yeah, it's Siebert.
And Siebert, I would not carry a spare kicker. I would take that and upgrade your depth.
Who's the second kicker?
Boswell.
Who?
Boswell.
Oh.
After this week, Boswell's bye's over. I would drop Siebert and not carry a second kicker.
You'd keep Boswell over Siebert?
Yes. Would you not?
No. Well, I mean, I'm a Redskin fan, and Siebert hasn't missed hardly any. He's like.
Neither is Boswell.
Oh, okay.
Pittsburgh's on the year. Let's just look on the year. Boswell's the number one kicker in football.
Really?
At 102 points.
Siebert hit seven in a row against.
He has 102 points. Siebert is number 3.
Okay.
At 97.
All
Hell, right. throw one of those guys in the trade offer. You have the number 1 and number 3 fantasy kickers.
Yeah, so you've got a little bit of capital that you can either go to the waiver wire with or make a package deal for somebody.
Yeah.
And your package deal should try to get you a receiver.
If I was gonna be trading Cup and I was gonna take Cup and Reed and maybe Siebert, right? And I'm gonna try to upgrade. I'm looking for that elite guy. I'm looking for the CD. I'm looking for the Jamar. I'm looking for one of those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They really upgrade because Cup is, high ceiling. His floor is just lower because he gets hurt.
Yeah.
So, just something to think about. Sup, guys? Thanks for the streaming today. My team is Baker, Henry, Connor, Tyreek, London, Kraft, Hunt. I have Olave and Madison on the bench, and he changes half-point PPR. Same issue I have with Hunt that I had with the last guy. Hunt is gonna be there, and he's gonna get some, but once Pacheco comes back, his value is gonna be cut in half.
Yeah.
But you have Henry and Connor, which is good. I guess I'm not a huge Connor guy. Tyreek, London, okay. I love Olave. Madison on the bench. Madison's been good in with the Raiders. I might try to upgrade yours over London.
Yeah. See what you can get, because you got Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get Hunt in London and maybe get you another receiver, that would be good.
Yeah. It's half-point PPR. So if you're not feeling that, then or try to take Hunt and see if you can get him for like Rashad White. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And check
because then you get that, or Eckler. See if Eckler is out on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Get those free half points that's on your bench.
Yeah.
I need one for my flex: Dobbins or Raymond, Tracy or Shakir.
I think I would go with Shakir.
I'd probably go with Ramondre. Ramondre's been a monster lately, man. I'm going Ramondre.
I mean, Shakir's kind of becoming the Wan'Dale Robinson of the Bills.
Shakir's really good.
The
problem is Shakir's not guaranteed the touchdown. Ramondre's getting in the end zone.
That's true.
If it was just like regular points, then yes. But Ramondre's touchdowns put him over Shakir in my book.
Okay.
And I'm a Bills fan, and I'm saying go Ramondre, who's a Patriot.
Because I'm not, and I'm going for Shakir.
It's honestly it's the touchdowns.
I don't just so you guys know, I don't dislike the Bills.
I know you just like the troll.
Well, it's like when one team like Kansas City keeps winning and winning. Don't you get tired of that? Well, you got to remember, aside from me looking at my Redskins stuff, the only other stuff I look at is Bills stuff.
Yep.
And so after a while, it's like, okay, I got to give somebody some shit. So what now?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right. So let's get into some, some sit starts. We're going to go. Would you start Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow?
Against Las Vegas, I'm going to go with Burrow.
Yep. I don't blame you. I'd go Burrow too. Mahomes hasn't had a great year anyways.
Mahomes plays winning football. He doesn't play fantasy.
He wins.
Football.
Just wins.
Yeah.
He has more interceptions than touchdowns this year, and that is so un-Mahomes like.
No, he's you look at all the shows, he's ranked in the high teens now.
Mm-hmm. Stafford or Goff?
Oh boy.
I knew you were gonna like that one.
Okay. I think Goff is just hot as hell right now.
Okay, I like that one. Darnold or Geno?
Against the Rams or in the I'm gonna go with Geno. They're at home.
Okay.
It's cold and wet up there. The boys from sunny California aren't gonna like it, so let's go with Geno.
Last quarterback one: Jameis or Flacco?
Oh, I'm going Flacco.
Go Flacco. Okay, I like that. K9 or Aaron Jones?
How healthy is Jones? When
He's been playing every week.
has he been playing every week?
Yeah.
I like K9.
And he has no designation this week.
Yeah.
But K9, okay.
I'm gonna go K9.
Achane or Cook?
Chan or Cook. Oh, okay. It's the same game. Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Cook,
Okay.
and he's gonna score a touchdown.
I like that.
You know what? You know what that does for him.
Yep. Swift or Connor?
Swift or Swift?
You know why I asked that question?
No, that's
That's part of our X factor.
It's part of our X factor. Yeah, I'm going with Swift.
We'll get to it in a minute. Okay, Josh Jacobs or J.K. Dobbins?
Jacobs.
Okay. London or Olave?
Olave.
Okay. Hill or McLaurin?
McLaurin.
Your fantasy love versus your real life love.
Yeah, I'm going McLaurin.
McLaurin. All right. Josh Downs or DJ Moore?
Whew. Chicago. Chicago's got Arizona. Downs is Indy, right?
Yep.
Minnesota. I'm gonna go. What was the two? Was Downs or who? Who did I have to pick from?
DJ Moore.
DJ.
DJ, okay. McConkey or Zay Flowers?
McConkey.
Okay. Waddle or Reed?
Jesus. Waddle.
All right. Ferguson or Laporta?
Dallas playing.
Dallas playing Atlanta.
Atlanta. I'm gonna go Laporta.
Okay. Andrews or Ertz?
Ertz.
Okay. Njoku or Ingram?
Ingram.
And the last one, Taysom Hill or where was it? Kyle Pitts. Remember,
Pitts.
Hill's gonna get the quarterback in the touchdowns.
I know. I picked him up the other day. Pitts.
Okay, so we'll hit this comment here. Hello, gentlemen. Half point PPR. Pick 2. I have to choose between Puka, London, Swift, and Flex.
Puka and Swift. Wait a minute. Puka's questionable.
Yeah, if Puka plays, Puka and Swift.
Yeah,
otherwise, go Swift and London. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's.
But yeah, but if Puka plays, you play Puka. You play Puka. Okay, Howie. Now do your deep diggers. I know we kind of talked about them, but give us a couple of your deep league diggers.
Okay, Jacksonville has nobody but Ingram to throw to right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Parker Washington, he's one. I mentioned Khalif Raymond in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really deep. He's been on the team for a while, but with JMO out, I think that it boosts him.
Yep.
Of course, last week I said Cedric Tillman, and he went off, and he may not be out there. Julius Chestnut, he's down there deep.
Yep.
That's about as deep as I can get you. I mean,
Jalen Coker.
You can go with Leggett and Coker.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Eckler's a kind of a sneaky little pick. He's kind of been hiding, but they love him.
You know who else you may want to keep an eye on with Puka and with cutback? Keep an eye on Demarcus Robinson. He had 2 touchdowns last week in the return.
Right. And I mean, if you're really, really hurting for a quarterback, I hate to say it, Daniel Jones and Minshew.
You do never play Daniel Jones. Go get Jameis or Flacco before you get Daniel Jones.
Well, that's true.
You never play. Listen, there's 32 quarterbacks.
So
unless you're in a 16-man super flex league, you don't go get Daniel Jones.
With my luck, I mean, I told you at the beginning of the season what would be a good season for me, and that would be for the Redskins to go 9 wins and beat the Giants twice.
Mhm.
We play the Giants our second time this week.
And you're
My
gonna get a
luck,
win.
my luck, I hope so, but my luck against the Giants has
I
been
feel like
pitiful.
the culture's turned in Washington. New owners, new head coach, new quarterback. You know, the last time I saw that after a really bad, stretch was with Buffalo. We had
Yeah.
new owners, we got a new head coach, we got a new quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, believe me, I'm open for it. Nothing I'd rather like to do than call my dad and say, neener, neener, neener.
Right? So
Well, because for the last few years, as bad as the Giants have been,
they've always
owned us.
always beat Washington. Yeah. Okay, so this week's Howie's Hot Pepper Challenge is 3 Bills players will score a TD. Now, remember, the rules are if Josh throws a touchdown, the person who catches it gets it, not Josh. If Josh runs for a touchdown, he's considered one of the 3. Or if Josh catches a touchdown, he's considered one of the 3. If there's an interception or a fumble returned or a kick returned, that is all considered a Bills touchdown. So with that, that's this week's challenge. It looks like the last one there was 19 votes, Howie. 68% thinks the Bills are going to get it.
Wow, so 32% don't think you're going to get there, huh?
You don't think either A, they don't think we're going to score 21 points, or they think, the same person's going to score a couple times.
Okay.
So,
I wanted to make it tougher and say 4 people, but I thought, come on.
Yep.
I'll give you a chance.
And then the X Factor, which I won last week. Matter of fact, the 2 times I've won have both been Josh related.
Yeah.
Those
are gimmies.
X Factor this week is I have Connor and Harrison. You have Swift and O'Doomsday.
Right.
And it's the combo of who does better. So I like it.
Yeah. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I like that one. The Bills will put up 30 to 40 this week. Go Bills. That's right. Go Bills.
Hey,
all right, Howie. What do you have left before you eat this pepper? Anything else in the notes?
Oh, let's see. Well, remember that the Niners and Pittsburgh are both on buys.
Yep.
We didn't really cover that. So
no.
If you've got any of those guys, look for some of the people we talked about today. Let's see.
Week 10 is a lot of people's trade deadlines. Please make sure you keep an eye on that, because the trade deadline usually is on the Friday before the week 10 starts. So make sure you get your trades in. Don't forget next week's Thursday night game is Bengals Ravens, because we won't see you guys until Saturday. So make sure you get your lineups in for that game.
I see the Bengals winning that game, but I'd love to see Cincinnati do it. I just like to
see the Ravens winning that, but
yeah. Well, I like to see
mixed emotions on that.
I like to see the lower teams beat the upper teams. That's the fantasy football player in me.
I have mixed emotions on it because, man, if the Ravens win that game, there's a chance that the Bengals are just done. They're not going to make the playoffs. But I would also love to see the Ravens lose, because everyone thought they were like the unbeatable team this year.
Yeah, when Cleveland beat them, that was something else. I mean,
they also lost to the Raiders.
You know what I loved watching is they kept showing Lamar's, last second heroic passing against Cleveland, and how he scrambled and stuff. And, and then a few days later, of course, Daniels showed him how it's really done.
Daniel shouldn't have had to do that. He couldn't get the ball in the end zone earlier.
Hey, however you get it there, you get it there. I'll tell you, the guy.
A W is a W.
The guy who's got to be eating shit is that one defensive player
Stevenson,
who was taunting the crowd,
and then was the guy who didn't guard his man, went up and tapped the ball the back.
Yeah, he just ran over and got into the jump.
The ball was underthrown.
Oh,
he tapped it back to him.
Well, I know it was underthrown, but Jesus, he threw it from the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
They called it a 52-yard throw because that's where the line of scrimmage was. But he threw it from like 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he didn't even hardly step into it. That's what was amazing.
Okay.
Especially the way he's built.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I was going to tell this joke. It's like I haven't seen a guy with such chicken legs since you were in high school. So
I did have chicken legs in high school.
He did. He buff upper body, and then he was like, "What the hell?"
Little tiny legs, but as fast as hell because of them. So
Yeah, you were quick.
Okay, let's wrap this up. You eat your pepper, and then we will see you guys next week.
Oh, this was a bad one.
Oh, it's a bad one. All right, that's awesome. All right, as Howie is chomping on that and is struggling, we love you guys. Thank you so much for all the questions in the chat. It was a lot of fun. We'll be back same time next week, 2 Eastern time, 11 Pacific.
Vote.
Yep. It's the final week for the election, so go out and do your thing.
I don't care who you vote for,
Yep.
just vote.
Yep. For Howie, I'm Mikey, and we're out of here.
What's